So you're not going to say a word to me? Hmm? Okay, that's a good sign. Is that a no or a yes? You don't have to say it. You can know you can nod.
Never thought that this day would come when Faith would deem it necessary to go and apologize to Imisi. Yeah? Okay. Faith was among the first people the first friends that Imisi made in the house. Imisi was friends with Faith, K Bobo, um, Kola, and who again? Is there know that it's very normal for friends to fight, right? But then, even in the course of fighting, there are some lines that shouldn't be crossed. There are some words that shouldn't be used on someone you call a friend, except if you don't cherish that friendship. So, Faith and Imisi, they've had their back and forth as usual in the house, But I think the last issue they had where Imisi was using Faith's pot to make noodles, and Faith came and started dragging the pot with her. They had a lot of back and forth. He said so many demeaning words to her. He said how his house help at home is even better than Imisi, something along that line. How she cannot stand in the places where he would be at on a normal day. He said so many hurtful things. I don't even want to get into it. And that hurt Imisi so much. So since then, she has been trying to stay off anything that has to do with Faith. She has been trying to, avoid him and all of that. She actually told Big Brother that anything that concerns Faith, that she's out of it, except maybe it has to do with task or anything in the house that is mandatory, is compulsory for them to work together. But aside that she doesn't want any form of friendship between them again. So, and then tell me why yesterday night, actually, very late in the night, Faith approached Imisi to apologize for all the things that he has said to her, you know. And it was very, 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 very sweet to watch that. Imisi paid no attention to what Faith was saying. She blatantly refused to speak to him, to acknowledge his presence in any way. She kept mute all through the time that Faith was saying all the things that he was saying, all the things that he had to say. Imisi did not reply him. Now, let's hear part of the things he said, because he actually took time to explain himself, which I find very somehow that his excuses were not just it, they were not doing it for me. But let me just allow you guys to watch.
Do you know what made me sad? It was like after the puzzle, you laughed. Like you didn't just laugh, you did this whole like jump and laugh thing. And it felt weird because it was like, I didn't know if you were just being funny. You intentionally did not want to do the puzzle thing.
See, this Faith's apology would have made sense to me if he hadn't added that part where he said that he feels like Missy is going to be in the house for a very long time. Like he feels like she's a strong contender outside, so that's why he deemed it necessary to come and apologize to her. One thing with people that are proud people that feel like they are always right, they always know what they are doing, is that sometimes they don't sit down, they don't sit back and think about their actions, their words before going out, because they feel like I'm always in control. I always got this. Sometimes it puts them in serious troubles, because how can you come on national TV, say all the ill things you said about this girl, and then after a while, because you've watched the evictions, two Sunday evictions, and she didn't go home, and you've now started assuming or perceiving that, okay, this girl might actually be a strong contender. All right, let me go, and I think I need to go and apologize to her. And in your small head, in Faith's small head, he did not think it wise to not use some certain words. Like, try, even though it's not genuine to you, you're playing a game. You have to be conscious of what you say to the public, because they are watching, and whatever you say is going to be used against you one way or the other. And then you now deemed it necessary to go and tell that person that you're apologizing because you feel like she's strong outside and people like her outside. So you feel like you need to apologize to her. And then he covered it up with, because he doesn't like to be in awkward situations. What does that even mean? Like, what does that even mean? So it means that You knew what you did. You knew all the words you used on her. You didn't even come out straight to say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I said I compared you to my housemaid. Emotions were high. I was angry. I was this, that. Try to cover up, but you just came and shot yourself on the leg again. I be on the foot. How do they say it? But I'm glad that Imisi did not pay him attention. She did not answer all the while. I think that their conversation lasted for over 10 minutes. All the while that Faith stood there and said all the things he said, Imisi did not utter a word. Like, she maintained her silence. You see what she said? I think was it Culture or who that she told that thing one day and said, sometimes silence is golden. Abi, how did she speak that English? She actually chose silence last night. She did not answer Faith at all. She did not act as if there was a human being standing next to her. And I mean, it's safe to say that she learned from Faith, because there was one time too that she had issue with Faith. They were doing the wager tax and she went to go and steal what was that again? I think his script that he wrote down points on. Imisi stole it and hid it, and then I think it was after the I'm not saying what she did at that very point was okay, but I think she felt like she was just playing with him, and then later on she went to him and she was apologizing. This girl was following Faith all around the house, apologizing to this guy. He did not answer her. He did not answer her. He ignored her all through. So, and I think Missy is one of those people that she likes to return the energy you bring to her, and I like it. I mean, we are all human beings and we can all play the game. So she said, Faith, hold my beer. You think you know how to be petty, Abi? I will show you that me too. And she did the same thing to K-Bobo yesterday. So during the Super Commando tags that they were doing, when she played her part and she did well, when she was going back to her seat, K-Bobo brought out his hand to give her a high five. She just curved him in a very neat way. The camera captured it and he made me so happy. I'm like, go girl, go Imisi, go Imisi, go. So that happened, and the internet has been on fire. I see so many hypocrites saying if it was Imisi that annoyed somebody and she went to apologize to the person would have, I'm like, double standards everywhere. But okay, let's move on to another thing.
That's why he called me sister now. That's why we say but his name is Ayomide, my name is Ayomide. We stay in the same estates. We have a lot of things in common. We're from the same place. I just feel like shutting me out because of that thing, even not giving me
a room
to even have a conversation. And
Been there you go, explain, tire. You know how they used to use that word Abi in Nigeria. So Mide has been complaining about Jayson, that Jayson J, she doesn't understand why Jayson J is talking to Sultana, but he's not giving her the opportunity, or how they say, yes, now the opportunity to explain herself, that he has been giving her some weird looks and has even stopped talking to her, and how they are namesake, they are from the same state, they stay in the same estate, they have a lot of things in common. That's why he calls her the sister, blah 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 blah. And me, I'm like, so you now, Mide, what stops you from going to meet Jayson to explain yourself? All these things you're going around telling people, you're speaking to Kola, before you know it, you're speaking to Bryce about it, before you know it, when you're with your girlfriend, Dede, you would, overanalyze the situation. If you see them saying something that doesn't seem right, you cannot even call her to order. Instead, you will add more fire to it to make the boy look like a fool, to make the Jayson look like he is very stupid, using insulting words on him. And then behind is it Dede's back, you're coming to complain to Bright Morgan that you don't understand why he's not giving you the opportunity to explain yourself, to explain the situation. Mide should just, I don't know, take several seats back. Just sit this one out, because why are you being two-faced? Why are you being two-faced? Why are you being, this guy feels hot that the people he calls his friends, because on Sunday, I think it was on Sunday morning that Mide and Jayson just sat down to talk about his situation with Dede, and he said that after the eviction, he's able to survive the house, that he's going to have a conversation with Dede. And then that fish thing happened, and it's obvious that this guy is hot. Even if you guys feel like, okay, maybe he's taking it overboard, but there's no point in making him look like a bad person, because this person is choosing himself. I understand that you may feel hurt because he's not giving you the opportunity to to explain yourself. But what happens to sitting down, waiting for this person to calm down because he's angry, and you don't get to dictate how people show their emotions, Abby. When someone is angry, you allow the person to show their anger in a way, whichever way they deem necessary. So far, they are not hurting anybody, they are not being physically violent or anything. When you feel like, when you see that they are calm and they're ready to talk, you go and approach them instead of slandering Jason J when you're with Dede, speaking ill of him. Even when you're with Kola, you say the most annoying things about him, and then at the back you're still complaining that he's not giving you the opportunity to talk things out, to explain yourself. Which one is your problem? Like, what is it, Mide? What is it? What is your problem? Even Dede too, she's always crashing out. I'm not even supporting the fact that Jason has refused to speak to Dede and Mide, right? I actually want them to sort all these their issues out, because he has been acting very funny lately. Like, he has been very, will I say lonely or sad? I don't even know which word to use. Yes, but we can clearly see that he's not 100% himself. He's not his bubbly self anymore, right? And it's because the people he called his, in fact, it feels like he doesn't have anyone in the house. The few people, or the only person he calls his friend, has betrayed him, sort of. So he feels hurt, and it's very understandable. So give this guy grace, give him some grace to sort out his emotions, and definitely you guys will have the talk. But going around and making him look stupid, I don't like that. I don't like it. But anyways, I just hope that Jason J will be able to gather himself, gather his emotions, put everything together, and have these conversations with these people. Because at the end of the day, no man is an island, and he cannot keep being by himself all the time, not having anyone to speak to. I mean, the issue is not that deep. They can actually trash it. Even the issue he has with Dede, they can trash it. But I understand that Jason J is a very, like, he has very big ego, and he tries as much as he can to protect his ego and his pride. But issues will always happen in friendships, in relationships. Misunderstanding will happen. It's just the way you choose to handle it that matters, right? So yeah, let's just see. Already today is it Thursday or Wednesday? Today is Wednesday. We have some few days before the end of the week. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that you'll be able to, you know to trash this issue. And even though he has not had his diary section, I'm sure that when he goes to speak to Big Brother in his diary room, I'm sure that Big Brother is a big shipper of the is it Jade ship? Yes, Big Brother is shipping them seriously. So let's see if he's going to disappoint us, or he's actually going to come through and try to convince Jason to speak today and trash whatever the issue they have is. But till then, we are still keeping our fingers crossed and watching the show and enjoying the show. Yeah, so I think for now, I think this is where I'll be wrapping up this video. Please, guys, thank you for all your love on my other videos. Thank you for all your comments, for all your likes and all your views. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like this video, please. It's very important. Please like my video and drop a comment in the comment section. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.